What's up, everybody? It's Cool Sports Guy. I'm your host, Jose. Lots going on, as always, in the world of the NFL. Lots to tackle this week. So thanks for joining us here today as we look back at week 5 and a little forward into week 5. So let me welcome in Mr. Tom. How are you today, sir?
I'm great, but just want to throw this out there. Be careful who you tackle because you may get a flag now
Oh, yes. Yes, sir.
you can't tackle anymore.
That, we'll definitely be tackling that subject here in a little bit. So,
No pun intended.
No, not at all. But I think I agree with Dan Patrick, though. I've been hearing him this week, and he wants to change it from a sack count to a hug count. So, but anyways, no more sack. We don't say sacks, anyways. But before we do that, let's take a look at before week 4, week 5. I mean, let's find out what happened in the week. And let's see here. This has NFL week 6, but of course, we're going to look back a little bit into the other week. Last week's matchup. Did you catch any of it? Did you catch a good old Broncos versus Colts matchup?
Yes. I missed most of the first quarter. Started watching the game. Midway through the third quarter, I said, you know what? I love football so much, but I think I can find something better to do right now.
Oh, man. I stayed through it. I stuck it out.
Did you really? That game went overtime. It was there, and it got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm so sad watching this. It's going to make me like football less. So I kind of I stopped paying attention, but it was still there. So from time to time, I would look at it.
Right.
There was so much. I don't want to get into it. There was so much stupidity in that game. I mean, what are you doing when you're at your opponent's 2-yard line and it's 4th and goal in overtime? Like, dude, I don't want to get it. Yeah,
In fairness, though, I did doze off a couple of times. I'm not gonna lie. So I dozed off.
I don't blame you.
But I mean,
that was better than a lullaby.
I did stay. I was there the whole time. I was like, okay, what happened? What happened? Oh, still the same thing happening. Got it. Okay. So, but that, that was what happened last week. Colts at Broncos, and I think that was a fair summation, from both of us right there. Not a lot going on, but I don't know who said it. Al Michaels, a game can be so bad that it's good. I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of entertainment value to that, as bad as it was.
Apparently.
So their head-to-head record, I forget who it was last week. I know you weren't here with us last week, but their new head-to-head record, because the Colts won 11-15, take a little bit of a lead since they don't play each other that much, different divisions and conferences. So wait.
Well, that's because Peyton Manning played for the Colts a lot more than he did for the Broncos. That's why.
That's fair. Yeah, he might have get that lead up a little bit there. But 11-15. Well, what can we say? Big news from this game. Anything that stand out on the Broncos side for you? Anything that?
Well, for as far as the Broncos go, just go to bed at night knowing that you lost to a team that did not score a touchdown in the game.
Mm-hmm. That was bad.
No, Russell Wilson isn't looking too good, in my opinion. His biggest strength was his running and his deep ball threats, and Jose, I know you're looking at the baseball game TV, but it looks like somebody's there to murder you with an axe, and you're just staring right at them and just like, please don't do it right now.
Well, I'm glad you asked because since you pointed out, I'm sorry I want to interrupt your thought, but Yordan Alvarez strikes again. He has hit a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 6th. This recording will be later on, so people will be wondering why this is happening right now. But we're winning 3-2 right now. The Astros, Ghost right. Sorry to interrupt your thought, but yes.
Now, hey, listen, you're wearing the Astros hat. You got to represent. You got to look. I fully understood. I just for a split second there, I was like, somebody's talking to Jose, and it doesn't look too pretty.
So, no, don't worry. I am safe. Everything is fine. And,
we're going to pretend like that didn't happen. We're just going to go back to the Broncos, and we're going to talk about Russell Wilson and the rest of the team. I just lowered my chair. Didn't mean to do that. All right. All kinds of things happening today. So anyway, Russell Wilson's biggest strength was his running game and the fact that he can throw those crazy good deep passes. Mm-hmm. Not looking too good with his deep passes. Does not have a good rapport built with the receivers, it seems like so far. And the man's a statue. He's not running. I don't know why he's not running, but he's just not running. Broncos defense is giving every team they're playing everything they got. I think you can kind of tell and see that by every single game they played so far has just been a low scoring game. I mean, look, you can't. Offense at some point has to do something, right? If you look
Right.
at not to derail from the situation, but if you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the first 2 weeks, you're just like, what the heck is the offense doing? Because they're just losing game or they're winning games, but it's only because of the defense and field goals. And
Mm-hmm.
then, but hey, a couple weeks in, you gotta understand what the chemistry is between you and the other players and build a rapport. But that's not happening. And
No, yeah.
Broncos, they're not looking good right now.
It's I don't even know who to put it on right now. Like I don't know how I've heard people about firing Hackett and whatever it is, but I mean I don't know if they'd be any better at that point. How do you know? Like how do you do this? Like that kind of shift within the season right now. You've had the off season, you've had the preseason, all this stuff, and all of a
No.
sudden it's just a train derailing, and it's just like where do you go from there? 1-4, and it's looking pretty bad. I don't know what
Look,
points I had.
sorry, go ahead.
Uh, yeah, like you said, I mean, you kind of read. I don't know if you read this. You didn't see this slideshow before, but yeah, no touchdowns thrown in this game for both teams, and 2 interceptions. So I mean,
Yeah.
like,
And can I just want to add on real quick, and I don't want to get into this whole argument on Hackett or whatnot. At this rate, at this point, he's going to go down as one of the worst coaches and head coaches in NFL history, right? Or that's what it seems like.
yeah,
I just look. There's plenty to people just want to point fingers. They want a fall guy where they can say, okay, you were the problem, and I don't think it was just Hackett. There's issues that Hackett had to tighten up and fix as a head coach, but also I think we need to give him some leeway here. Hey, he just started as a head coach of a team, right? And you got to give him some time. But it's
right,
not Hackett's fault when your quarterback, who is a tenured Super Bowl winning quarterback, is missing wide open receivers.
right.
Like, you can't just put all the blame on the coach and say, "Oh no, it's your fault," because we've seen what Russell Wilson can do. It's almost like even 2 years ago, Green Bay, when Hackett was the offensive coordinator, first and goal, in that NFC Championship game, people blame either Hackett or Rodgers or whatever. You can go back and forth, but again, I think it was on third down and goal. Rodgers had wide open field where he can just run, and he just didn't. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, hey, are you really blaming Hackett because Rodgers keep force feeding the ball to one specific receiver? So we can go back and forth on it. Again, there's things that Hackett needs to take responsibility for. Obviously, he's a head coach. The team is under his command, his control, but but not all of it. I don't want to hear, oh, Hackett's the problem. If he gets fired, everything will be fixed. No, it won't be.
Yeah, at this point, it's a 50-50 split for me, though. I mean, yeah, he's not hitting those deep passes also, but also I can play devil's advocate for. I mean, I guess he's not hitting those deep passes, so not Hackett's fault. But also, the one game that they have won was when Russ started cooking, when he started moving outside the pocket, started running, started making plays happen. So I mean, like, it's a 50-50 split right now because right now the record is 1-4. It's a close 1-4 because I mean the only team that they beat is my fellow Houston Texans and all that, but it's 1-4 nevertheless in a division which they were meant to be contenders right there. It was supposed to be a killer division right now, and they're clearly the anchor in that division. In
You
my
know what's
opinion.
crazy to me is week 1 when they were playing the Seahawks
Yeah.
and Hackett went for that super, what was it, like a 64-yard, 68-yard? Was that going to be a record-breaking kick?
It was a
I
record
think
breaking
that they
kick.
went for, and the biggest thing was fire Hackett. You have Russell Wilson, and you need 5 yards.
Yeah.
That's all you needed. Man, here we are 5 weeks into the game. Decision to kick a field goal doesn't seem too crazy right now because Russell Wilson seems like he can get 5 yards when needed right now.
He's a shell of himself right now, and who knows who to put it on right now. But I mean, like, I like a bigger. I'm a stat guy. I like a bigger sample size before I throw somebody on their bus. I agree with you. Like Hackett's, he's not doing good. There's nothing telling me he's going to do well right now. Statistically speaking, yeah, I agree with you. He's going to probably go down as one of the worst head coaches. I don't know in history because I've seen some pretty bad head coaches in my life, but but he's up there in the pantheon, right? So I wonder. I just need a little bigger sample size now. Denver Broncos fans, I think they're fine with the sample size they have right now. They're like, please don't give me any more of this.
We're gonna have to do the show later. My Coca-Cola just ran out.
Oh dang! Okay.
I got a refill. I'm kidding. Continue.
Sorry, yeah, no problem.
But it is saddening.
But you know what? Like, let's look at the mirror of this page. Big news from this game, and you don't have to say it. We just look at Exhibit A. No touchdowns thrown this game. 2 interceptions for Matty Ice. It's the same story for the Colts. However, they're in a little better picture than us right now because going into this week right now, and I don't even know if I updated I didn't update this slide. Obviously, we know the Chiefs are now 4-1. Chargers are 3-2. Broncos dropped to 2-3. And yeah, we know the Raiders are 1-4 right now as well. Wait, Broncos are 2-3. Who they win? They beat the Texans and who else?
They won 2 back-to-back games. One was 49ers.
That's right.
Because Jimmy G decided to step out of bounds.
What am I thinking? What am I thinking here? Yes. So yes.
Remember when the 49ers had a lead and their quarterback decided to get a safety for them and lose the game? Yeah, that was one.
That was some good times. Yes. But I guess they're better off than I said. You know, I did say 1-4. Maybe I did have a little mind slip right there, but it's bad. And Colts are up there right now, hanging in there with the Titans. And I think that's right. All the records are accurate on that one because everybody had played by the time I made this one right here. But so I mean, the Colts are better off than Broncos that way. So
yeah, and I think Jacksonville coming off a loss is going to beat the Colts this week. They've already beaten them once this week, or not this week, this year. Look, I think when all said and done, the Broncos are going to be the last place in their division.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I don't think the Raiders are as bad as their record shows them out to be. Like, I mean, we've seen how those games ended.
They're giving away games. They just got to stop doing that.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of mishaps. People running into the players in the sidelines, but never mind. Nevertheless, hopefully, Devontae. Oh, why? Why did they have to do this to him, man?
Yeah,
why?
I don't. Man.
I mean, let's just look a little bit at that. You know, controversial in Chiefs versus Raiders game. The first one, obviously. Yeah, remember this, right? You know what happened here? Can you describe it for us?
I described this as a sack followed by a fumble.
Yes,
fumble sack or whatever, however you want to call it. But our referees disagree a little bit.
Fortunately, it didn't cost them the game, but I mean, it was just I don't know how you play it any other way. But the situation is going to come up later on, and it's not going to change. It's just going to keep on getting worse and worse, or stay as it is right now in the last 2 weeks. So,
and Jose, look, it's easy to say it didn't cost them the game, but look at that. Look at where they are on the field, and look at that game clock, or the time. You got 1:10 left in the second quarter of the game. Chiefs are trailing by 10 points, and they're going to get the ball back at what? The Raiders' 40-yard line, that is, it looks like?
Yeah, I think, it was midway. All you needed was a couple of first downs. And we know how Patrick Mahomes is about that.
They're getting a touchdown. Yeah, that was such a momentum shifter, and I don't know. That's just...
It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy what goes down. Everybody seems in good spirits when it goes their way. Like, at least they won the game. But I'm pretty sure Chiefs players and fans would be up in. I mean, at the moment, you're already upset. And can you imagine if it cost them the game in the end? So, it's just madness. Another one right here. This is pretty crucial right here towards the end of the game. Defensive holding on the kick. So, I don't know if you saw the stats. That penalty hasn't been called since 2015.
Yeah,
and they missed a field goal. That was crucial for the Raiders right there because they were
that would have been a game changer for them.
Exactly.
Because this was inside the 10 or 15 yard. Like they were in the red zone when this happened, and nobody thought the Chiefs were going to be stopped in the red zone in that situation in that football game. They got stopped. Kicked a field goal, missed the field goal, and you're thinking, man, Raiders just got life back. Raiders are just going to win this game, and nope. I understand the penalty hasn't been called, but in that situation, even if the Chiefs are going to make the field goal, why are you holding? Let them kick it. Like that's your dream right there at that point is to hold them to 3 points. Like why are you what are you accomplishing? Nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't understand the both sides right there, like you're saying with the player and all that. Just the fact that call gets made. I mean, I don't know. A lot of stuff went down in that game.
Yeah.
That one, yeah, they're both game changers in my opinion. Like you said, both have different situations that can lead up to a very bad. And like right now is week 5. What happens week 12, week 15?
Right.
It's
what happens in the playoffs?
Even
right?
worse. Yeah. Like
forget week 5 or anything. What happens when you are, hey, if you lose this game, you're out situation, and these things happen. It seems like it's an ongoing thing now. Like Josh Allen with the Buffalo Bills 2 weeks ago. Brady, obviously, that was. I love Brady and I root for Brady, but that was such a horrible call.
Right.
There was. But I'm talking about the sack, by the way. We can tell, obviously, not the holding. Yeah. The penalty happened. It's whatever. Like it hasn't been called. Right. It is what it is. But if you still held, you got called for it. Sucks to suck. But
yeah,
the sacking penalty or the rough in the passer. See, I call it a sacking penalty because it's a sack. the rough in the passer penalty. The NFL needs to step in. They got to step in now. That it shouldn't be one of those things where they step in at the end of the season. It's like, oh, let's take a look at this. Let's see what we can fix going into. No, you got to step in now, and you gotta get your refs together. Hey, what's a sack? What's rough in the passer? Let's get it figured out right now, right here in this room, and then let's send out an email, press conference, whatever it is. Fix it now because it's not looking too pretty.
Well, I've heard right now that they're not going to change the rule. Like because they're not going to change because right now they can't even go and review it right now, right? So it's going to be emphasized, right? So maybe at the end of the season they might have it so you can review it. I think that would be probably a halfway point right there. Review it at least, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that my problem is this is the issue is again, like you said, hey, this is only week 4 or week 5 or week 6. Right, it's not like 5 weeks from now. Only the hardcore fans are gonna remember that part. Like, where so many games are happening, we might, people. A lot of people will tend to lose focus on that. But when playoffs comes around, it's the same things happen. First of all, there's already a rep for Tom Brady, right? It's already a thing that he's a crybaby and refs tend to help him out. Imagine this happening in the playoffs. What's going to be the situation? Are you going to throw a flag? And if you throw and I don't blame the players. Like in this case, do I blame Derek Carr? Do I expect Derek Carr to get up and go, no, that was a clean hit. It was a strip sack. That was not passing a rough in the passer. Like Chiefs deserve the ball. Like no player or coach of the team that's actually getting advantage from getting these flags called is going to say that. It's just not smart to say that. And of course, Brady isn't going to say that. Josh Allen isn't going to say that. Derek Carr isn't going to say that. So I don't blame them for taking the penalty, taking the yards, and taking the first down. But yeah, they got to do something about this, man. It's not.
Agreed. Yeah,
it sucked.
I mean that right there, another element that comes into play that I didn't put on here, but the concussion protocol with Teddy Bridgewater in Miami, leaving the game after the first play. That kind of thing too. Like these kind of calls right there are because things that happened 2 weeks ago, right? Tua going down, then not taking out of the game, and then it escalated to now what we have here in front of us.
And they can say these two are unrelated all they want, but they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
They clearly are. And
it's frustrating.
Secondly, it's like that one kid in classroom in middle school that didn't shut up and the teacher asked to shut up. So now the entire class has homework. That's what it feels like, right? Tua, the Miami Dolphins and the independent doctor, whoever that was, the NFL hired, whatever the case was, failed.
Big time.
They made 31 other teams pay for their mistake. That's what's happening here. If they would have followed protocol accordingly, and said, "Hey, Tua, you just hit your head. You don't. You were wobbly out there on the field. Yeah. Let's keep you out."
Yeah,
Simple. This would not have been an issue.
then he does that and comes back and wins the biggest comeback in NFL history, whatever it was, and and now he's a hero, and then goes out there 4 days later and this happens. So,
yeah, but hey, he's coming back, so I'm excited for him.
Well, not this week. I mean, like not even Bridgewater's coming back because, they got their third string. I don't even know his name, but
I thought he's coming back this week. He practiced,
but he's not coming back. I heard it today, unless it's changed since today.
He's not coming back.
No, Bridgewater's not playing. They got their third string.
I want to say on this podcast that I recorded the picks for this weekend, and I definitely picked the Dolphins to win because I was under the impression Tua was coming back because he was limited in practice, and it seemed like he was going to be back.
If you'd like to make a change,
he's been out for 2 weeks now.
If you'd like to make a change, you can do it right now. So officially on the record. So you got
who are they playing again? The Vikings?
Yes, Vikings versus
Dolphins. Gosh. Yeah, I want to make that change. I got to pick the Vikings to win the game now. I'm not. Yeah.
Noted.
Nope. Yeah. At 21 minutes and 45 seconds.
There you go.
Just
nobody can alter that.
Before the game happened on Sunday, I changed my pick.
Fair. That's fair. No problem, sir. You are covered.
I'm gonna if Dolphins do win, I'm gonna go over and delete this episode. I hope you know
we'll edit. Yeah, we'll edit. Scrub it.
Yeah.
We have the technology. We can fix it. No problem. But so let's look back at happier things. Hopefully, happier things. Award winner predictions. We had some at the beginning of the season, before the season began. Something like that. Today we're going to be looking at defensive rookies of the year.
Ooh.
So we'll start with yours first. Who do you have? Do you remember who you had?
I had Hutchinson.
Sir, you are correct. That's behind door number one. He's doing decent right now in Lion Country. He has 3 sacks. League leader is 6 sacks. It's not too bad. And tackles 14. League leader is 54. Isn't it? So I mean,
who's the league leader in tackles?
That's a good question, sir. I didn't have that written down. So
I'm sorry,
but yeah, I'm sure we could figure that one out. Tackle leader Jordan Brooks, 54 or 54 and 24 solo tackles. Combo is probably, combined. Yeah, so 54, not bad. I don't know. Then I guess league leader and solo tackles. I don't know if I got that one. Maybe I got the wrong column. But yeah, nevertheless, 14 tackles, not too shabby for him right there. With the Lions coming in for 1 win right now, so not too bad, not too great.
I was so high on the Lions,
but yeah, I mean, like they
scored 0 last week.
Did they really? Who were they playing?
Yeah, the Patriots, man, shut them out.
Okay.
Unless they came back in the fourth quarter and put up garbage points, yeah, I'm pretty sure they scored 0 last week.
Let's see. Well, that's pretty crazy, man. Well, Patriots looked sharp last week. They had Bailey Zappi, huh?
Yep, 29-0.
Ooh, wait.
Bailey Zappi.
And he's coming back again, and he's going to start again this next week. I know.
Yeah, I'm liking him.
See how he does 2 weeks in a row. Have the Cooper Rush treatment, but never mind. Let's not go there. Defensive Rookie of the Year for Jarett. He's up there watching him right now. He's getting ready to watch Jaquan Brisker. He's a cornerback, safety. So I didn't really do sacks for him, but tackles out there, 23. I couldn't find his have any interceptions this year. Which the league leader is 36. I guess in tackles, maybe I did do the league leader's got 36. So Aiden Hutchinson's not looking too bad on solo tackles, right?
You have tackles 54 and then tackles 36.
So I'm guessing
he's on different positions.
No, different. Maybe I. Yes, I did. Maybe I did do between DBs and
okay.
And
I was very okay. That makes more sense.
I'm like I have to do my Da Vinci Code and figure out my own PowerPoint presentation over here. Yes, that's how I did it.
But 23 tackles is really good. I mean, for a rookie.
Exactly. Yeah, he's out there contributing. So hopefully they're able to put some points together and win one again, so that win total can go up and everything. Moving on to my pick, Kaiir Elam. He just got his first interception. I don't know if it was his last week over there in Buffalo. So the league leader only has 4, so that's not bad though. He's 25% of the way to the league leader.
Who's the league leader in interceptions?
Great question, sir.
I'm very very curious right now. I know you didn't. I know you don't have all the info, but I'm very curious too. Who has 4 interceptions so far?
A teammate of his, Poyer. He's got 4 interceptions right now.
Same team. Look at that. Okay.
The Bills, man, they're looking sharp out there. Yeah. Tackles 17, man, for that position. For DBs 36. So not too shabby. And of course, we know the Bills killing it right now. 4 wins right now for Kaiir Elam. So hopefully that continues to go good. Out of these 3 teams right now, what do you got for going to the Super Bowl?
Out of these 3 teams, the Bills.
Okay, I
don't even have the other 2 going. What do you?
It was a nice.
Sorry, that was a serious question for a second. It caught me off guard there.
No, that's fair. Good answer. I agree. I concur. So
watch the Lions bounce back.
I mean, it could happen. You never know. That'd be a pretty good little jump right there. But not too shy for our rookies. Anything standing out with you? Have you gotten a chance to look at many of these players drafted?
Not a lot. I still feel pretty good about my pick. So I'm hoping after a bad week for them, just the team in general for Detroit, they're going into a bye week. Hopefully they can rest up, come back and play good. I like him a lot. He's awesome. He played, he went to Michigan. He was he from Detroit, so it's pretty cool. So hopefully he wins. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
I feel like he's making a pretty good contribution on the line right there. And I know they only have 1 win, but I don't think one of those was a shootout, wasn't it, against Seattle? Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So I mean, it wasn't like.
Yeah, so the defense didn't do much in the Seattle game at all. Obviously, they didn't do much against the Patriots either. It seems like the entire team did nothing against the Patriots. It seemed like if anything's going to work against this team, it's going to be the last 2 games. Or I'm sorry, against Tim, it's going to be the last 2 games. The games prior, even though they lost, he had some impact on it. But
yeah,
so we'll see what happens.
I think those 3 sacks came in 2 games ago. I forget who they were playing on that one, but that's stat wise. They all came in 1 game. 3 sacks in a single game.
They played against Minnesota before that, I think.
The game before this past week was Minnesota.
No,
that's right.
Before Patriots, it was the Seahawks.
That's the one where he got the 3 sacks in. It was
really?
I think so. Yeah.
And Seahawks still put up that like it was a combined. What was it, like almost 60 points or something? Or 80 points almost combined.
Closer to 90. I think it was closer to 100. It was in the 90s. Yeah, combined 48-45, I believe the final score was. So yeah, it was.
And he got 3 sacks.
3 sacks. It was a game, but pretty nice little bunch right there. We'll see how they produce throughout the season, and we'll be back in a few weeks to see how they're delivering right now. And of course, my favorite part of the week, the weekly picks recap. I don't know why it's my favorite. I just love to see what Jose did during this time. We'll start with mine. You're gonna hate these sessions in like
another 5 weeks. I hope you know that.
I don't know, man. I think I'm doing pretty well right now. I think I'm producing right now, and let's just look at the first. 9-7? Not too bad. That wasn't too shabby at all. Brings my weekly total 44-35. It's a nice little record. I'll take that. Take that odds right there. Let's do Jarett first, a second. So we'll round off with you. 10-6. Jarett killed it this week. I think I've only gotten 10-6, maybe week 2, week 3, or something like that. So he gets a little closer to me. 41-38 right there. Tom, ready to show yours?
I say we just skip it.
But page is updated. QR code right there at the bottom. Everybody can check it out. You can go right there. It takes you straight to the page to see how we're all doing side by side, same way you see it right now.
You know what sucks is that I'm like 6 games behind you, but there's like 1, maybe 2 games every week that we disagree on.
Yeah.
So catching up to you is going to be very tough.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Maybe we can just take like you pick 6 games and I pick 6 games, and then we'll just like you can only pick the other guys.
I want to catch up here. You know what, Jose? I don't even care about beating you. I just want to beat Jarett.
Okay, well you're closer to that.
I'm a lot closer to Jarett than I am to you. So I'm gonna have to be pretty aggressive with some of the crazy picks.
Yeah.
You know. Pick the Jets every week. See what
happens. A lot of upsets and everything. Hey, it worked for me once,
Yeah.
Jets and Giants.
Hey, man, they're both New York teams won last week.
I know, yeah. It was craziness over here.
Yeah.
But not too bad. Well, we're looking at this week right now. This is a game right now that everybody's not looking forward to. It's except for Jarett. He flew across the country. I think now 4 states.
Half the people in Washington don't care about this game.
But it's okay because it's in Chicago. So but it has to be a fun fact in there, right? And when the fun fact would be the head-to-head history. And who do you think has the lead in this heated rivalry?
Chicago.
Well, let's look at it. Washington, sir.
Ooh.
Washington, 26-24-1.
Okay. All right.
And sorry about that slide at the bottom right there.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, sorry about that because one thing got away from me there. Colts at Broncos is not the matchup.
That was last week.
So my editor didn't check it out. That was me. I'm the editor. But
my other personality forgot to fix it.
Right. I'm him. I'm the editor. But another one that's cool right there. The last time that these two teams met, the starting quarterbacks were Case Keenum and Mitch Trubisky right there.
Two very good mediocre quarterbacks.
Hey man, one was a starter this year, and the other is a prolific backup. I like Case Keenum. I don't know, I know.
I mean, I do too as a backup. Where is he backing up?
I'm not sure if he's got to be somewhere. Minnesota? Is it Minnesota?
I think so.
Yeah. The thing about Case Keenum, I think he's good, and I think as the job for a backup, like Cooper Rush right now, you keep the ship afloat. You put a Band-Aid on something and make sure no more blood comes out. And Case Keenum's a pretty damn good Band-Aid, as well as Cooper Rush for that matter. You just got to keep the team afloat, and they do their job. So it's just the long-term effects of it. That's where Case Keenum kind of de-escalated, and whenever he had those starting jobs. So, anyways, enough of the Case Keenum train. I can go on for a little bit, but yeah, those were the teams. And we brings us today to the Thursday night picks. Let's start with you. Who do you have for us tonight?
I got Washington.
That's it. No lead up, no drama, no.
Because here's why. I don't know why. I think it initially started with me joking with Jarett because he's a Bears fan, and I said I'm going to pick Washington just to piss you off. And I don't know. I think the more I think about it, I think it was a bad pick. I think the Bears are going to be the better team at home today, but I got Washington winning this game. Look, here's in my defense. When I initially said Washington, my thoughts was Ron Rivera is done with Carson Wentz, and I thought Taylor Heineke was going to come out and play.
What gave you that idea that Ron Rivera was done with Carson Wentz?
Oh, just a little birdie told me in a press conference.
He didn't say anything. Did he?
No.
Then he took it back?
He says something about, balls not being thrown right by whoever's supposed to throw balls. So,
man.
But listen, Rivera came back, apologized for it. Obviously, it's going to be too much pressure. Carson Wentz is going to start this game. My only hope is one of two things. One, Carson Wentz actually plays good, and they win. And this is nothing to do with other than the fact that I actually picked Washington to win this game. Or two, Carson Wentz plays so bad that they bench him, and Taylor Heineke comes in and wins the game for them. But above both of these things, that defense needs to step up.
Yeah, big time.
They are playing atrocious football right now. They're not looking good. And what blows my mind is Ron Rivera is a defensive coach. Even the year when Cam Newton won MVP and they went to the Super Bowl, that defense was so overlooked because of Cam Newton. He is a defensive coach, and it is blowing my mind that Washington's defense is struggling this hard right now.
Yeah, he's built up that personality, for that and everything, but he's not producing right now. So I wonder how long that'll hold up too in Washington, because they need some wins, So maybe today will be the turning point.
Wentz gets back. Maybe. I almost wanted to say they're due for a win, but then I looked at Chicago's record, and I'm like, okay, maybe they're due for a win too.
They're both due for it.
Yeah, they both are. This is gonna be a tie game. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh gosh, please no, not again. Going down to the last 2 minutes again. I can't stay up.
3-3.
This is
better yet. Knowing these teams is probably gonna be 2-2 with both of them getting a safety.
Oh Lord, that could happen, man. You never know. Miracles do happen. But let's look at Jarett. He didn't tell me why. He didn't tell me why or who he was picking. But I mean, he told me who, but he didn't tell me why. I don't know if there's any reasons why he should be picking.
He's a Bears fan.
Okay, that's one.
He loves Justin Fields.
That's two. Okay.
Here's an important one that I should have considered before I pick Washington. They suck.
Who Washington does? Or
yes, Washington sucks.
How about say, are you saying this about the Bears?
The Bears aren't that great either, but Washington they suck. Let's face it. Let's see. What else is his reasons? He's at the game. The only time when Jarett was at a game, the home team lost was 3 weeks ago.
Oh, you're saying so that was the first time and they lost?
The only time the home team has lost when Jared's been at a game was actually the Saints-Bucks game 3 weeks ago in New Orleans when me and him went to the game. So
okay.
But hey, maybe that was the start of something and he hasn't realized it yet.
It could happen. I don't know. Don't tell him that right now. Maybe unless he's listening to our recorded podcast.
No, I'm gonna let it be. For his sake, I'm partially okay with me losing my pick because he's at the game. I want him to enjoy, and I hope they come off with a win, just to keep my guy happy. But it's a win-win situation for me, I think.
Well, who do you think is going to score the first touchdown tonight? If you had to pick between first off between teams, and then I'll lead up to follow up.
I'm gonna go with the Bears.
The Bears. Now, if you had to make a pick, who on that team is going to be the first to score the touchdown?
Ooh, Justin Fields rushing touchdown.
Dude, yeah, I agree. I think that's going to happen right now. But odds-on favorite right now, first score. Looking at no, I thought that would be it too. It says Brian Robinson for DraftKings Sportsbook.
Okay.
As of that, so I think David Montgomery, if I heard it correctly, was a second to score, like second highest odds. And then Justin Fields is the first one, yeah. So, we'll see what happens. It'll be fun to watch that and see how it develops. But I also had to go with the Bears, too, for all the reasons you laid out and more.
This is why I'm last.
You make bold moves. There's nothing wrong with bold moves unless they backfire.
Yeah, until the results come out.
Yeah, I mean, besides the fact that you're down 0-1 at the beginning of Thursday – and yes, we do count Thursday night games on the.
Remember one of those like Scantron tests, and it's just like when in doubt, always just pick C.
Yeah.
And I'm in doubt, and I'm just picking D.
You pick W, and we pick C.
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, you only have until D's, and exactly.
So yeah, we went all the way.
Y'all did pick the. Okay, yeah, I like that. Nice.
But we almost got the jackpot today. We didn't all agree, but it's okay. You know what? I'll tell you what, though. I think it's been the last 3 weeks. The person that's odd man out has won Thursday night matchup.
I'm the odd man out.
Yeah. So.
And right I picked the Colts last week. Did y'all pick the Broncos?
Hang on a second. You're breaking up. Can we move on to the next slide?
Y'all picked the Broncos last week? Hello.
Oh, yeah. No, we picked the Broncos. Oh, look at that. A baseball slide snuck into here. This happened Tuesday. Yordan Alvarez hits a walk-off home run over Mariners in Game 1 of the ALDS. Amazing moment. And he just hit one tonight. So things are going good. Sorry about that. I had to sneak a little baseball again.
You're okay.
Hey, I wanted to do this too because you won something. So I wanted to point this out right here that our Thursday night thinkers from week 1, Matthew Stafford and Josh versus Josh Allen. Josh Allen surpassed Mark Sanchez. He's now in 147th place all-time passing yards. He got 1,600 passing yards in what, 6 games? 5 games? That's 5 games, right?
5 games.
Yeah, 5 games in the books. How you feel, man? You won. Josh Allen, you got the right pick. You did the right one.
Can't say I'm surprised, Jose.
No, not the way.
I'm kidding. Yeah, no, I feel good. I need this win because I'm losing everything else.
That was really good, man. Yeah, you called it. Just a few more yards for Stafford to get past John Elway. Get him to
where is he at?
He's at 13.23 right now, and
wow, okay.
So hopefully
so probably
he can make it
in 2 days.
We would hope so. The way the LA Rams are playing right now,
yeah.
I don't know, man. It's hard to tell.
He'll still put up like 200 yards, I think.
He's 300 yards behind Josh Allen right now. 300 yards. At this point, it's crazy though. Josh Allen just took off. And
he has Cooper Kupp.
That's right. I mean, I don't.
But you know what? It seems like that's all he's got.
That's it. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I mean, it's a bad look right now for the defending champions. Hopefully, they can turn this around. Because it's not looking good right now. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad on that side. Don't worry, we're all on the same boat on this one over here. Devin Singletary is rushing for 171 yards right now, and Cam Akers for 151. It's not looking good. I don't even know if they can get to this point. I don't think Singletary can surpass Rondane the way things are going. He needed 1,300 rushing yards. He's at 171. What do you think?
Man, I don't know. There's I think I regret my pick just a little.
I mean, it's they're not far off. They're 20 yards apart.
Yeah, I know, but still, I don't know. I don't like the way this is going. I feel like in the long run, it is working against me. So, we'll see. This is a long-term one, so we got to wait up and see.
Yeah, they got a little bit to go.
I don't want to jump any guns here and give my thoughts because it's still early.
Got 500 yards off of 400 something yards for Cam Akers. Hopefully, he can make that. Yeah. I'd like to see him get back up to rookie form, after last year. So we'll see what happens. This matchup, like you said, quite intriguing right here. Stephon Diggs versus Cooper Kupp. They're both looking pretty sharp right now. I'm gonna say they're going over their yards per week, their average yards per game.
Right.
They're surpassing that by a long shot, which is quite amazing to see what they're doing right now. What do you think?
So let's see. Cooper Kupp needs 527 and Diggs need 508.
No, that's how much they have right now. They're halfway to their goal. They're looking like it's pretty even for to say.
Yeah, it is. It is very, very close and very even. I think I'm gonna stick to my pick though. I'm gonna continue to rely on Cooper Kupp because at the end of the day, Josh Allen has more options, and Kupp doesn't.
He's got more options, but none better than Diggs. I mean, he's hitting them pretty good because the ones that they're more impact plays for Stephon Diggs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's what's getting him right there because he's not, even if he isn't the biggest receiver on that team, like as reception wise, he makes them count. I think so. To be off by 20 yards, 20 yards each. I'd be interested. I mean, like the way it's going right now, week 10, week 11, they should be making their mark right now and see who surpasses who. So it'd be pretty cool to see this play out. Yo, we're all tied up on this one. Old school versus new school.
6.5 sacks. Oh, man.
Looking pretty sharp right now. Von Miller killing it right now. 4 sacks.
With the Rams, we're watching Troy fall.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I think I feel good. I still feel pretty good about my Von Miller. The only thing is Aaron Donald only need. Actually, I don't feel good. Oh man, he just needs one more sack.
That's it. Yeah. So what do you? I mean, maybe Von Miller goes ham this next week.
Who do they play this week?
I should know this one. Bills versus who are they playing? Never mind. Never mind. Bills versus Chiefs. That's not happening this week.
On.
unless.
And the Rams play the stupid Panthers.
Well, we tried. No, Von Miller's still killing. I think he can still surpass Clyde Simmons moving in.
Well, here's the problem, Jose. The problem is the Rams play at noon Central Time.
Yeah.
The Bills and Chiefs play later on in the afternoon.
So
technically, if Aaron Donald manages to get 1 sack, even if Von Miller gets 2 sacks against the Chiefs, technically Aaron Donald achieved it before Von Miller did.
Correct. So, I mean, if you want to take him out, but heck, if he gets 2.5 sacks this week against the Chiefs,
gotta give it to him.
I'm going to give it to him. I don't care what happens.
Fair.
I don't care what happens first. So if you sack Mahomes that many times, it's going to be pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think, look, even if Von Miller just gets 1 sack, considering that it was Patrick Mahomes versus who's going to be starting, is this still going to be Baker Mayfield starting?
No, he's out for 4 weeks, yeah. I don't know who they got over there.
Don't come back.
Don't come back. Now. But, hey, let's talk about Mahomes. This is week 2. Only added a couple from week 2 thinkers, Patrick Mahomes. This is what it's at right now. This is also from week 2 all the way to now. Mahomes has got 10 touchdowns and Herbert's 7 touchdowns. So Mahomes needs 19 touchdowns and Herbert needs whatever 34 minus 7 is. Math. You know what it 32. Is. So 32.
Wait, 34 what? Minus 7? Sorry, I was looking at the 39. 34. So he needs 27 touchdowns.
27 touchdowns right there. Plus, so versus 19. That's crazy.
I got to go. I mean, I feel good about my pick. This sucks because Herbert did get hurt.
Yeah.
That being said, some of these teams that Mahomes is playing, he does need to, obviously Raiders last week was a high scoring game. He's playing the Bills tonight. He's going to have to throw a couple of touchdowns. So I guess Mahomes is going to get there. I feel good about my pick.
He's a madman. He's scoring way more than two touchdowns a game, like we talked about in week 2. And it's like the way he was going that week, he scored 3 touchdowns. I think when we
in today's offense, if you're scoring 2 touchdowns a game, you're bottom 10. I
mean, that's his average career wise. Is 2 touchdowns per game. So like he's surpassing that way over. But who would have thought he could maintain that? I mean, a lot of people probably would have thought. But well, we made it to the last slide right here. If you guys want to check out that QR code, one of them's for Instagram, the other one's for Twitter. You can check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Cool Sports Guy as well. Make sure you subscribe, bring on the comments and see where we go wrong, where we go right. Tell us. I like to hear when I'm wrong because I do it all the time. So, Tom, you got any thoughts for this week? Any things that are standing out for you for this weekend?
No, I'm very much looking forward to that Bills Chiefs matchup. And then, of course, I want to see if the Cooper Rush effect is actually real. We'll see what he does against the undefeated Eagles. So those 2 are the main games that I'm looking forward to. And if anybody, if there's a topic our viewers want us to discuss or talk about, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to argue back and forth on it too.
We love to argue, guys. It's really good. By the way, we left out the over-unders I was going to tell you about. Carson Wentz over under 218.5 yards. Which one? What do you think happens?
I'm gonna go over.
Over? Okay.
I'm gonna go over. So this over doesn't count if he gets benched. I'm just gonna say that. How about that?
No, yeah.
Is that fair?
Fair. And also apologies for the typo. Wentz is spelled with a Z, and I caught that right now. I know how to spell it, so I caught it. Therefore, no one else can comment and say. I mean, you can, but anyways. And then Justin Fields. Did I spell that one correctly? Yes. Over under 165 yards.
Oh,
passing,
over.
By the way, over passing. By the way.
Yeah, I know. Over.
Okay.
Can I hit 166 yard passing?
Fair enough. See what happens. Really good. What I'm excited about the things you said. The Bills Chiefs is by far the one that I've been waiting for. Everybody's been waiting for the longest time. And also,
what happens if that game ends like 12-9?
Don't manifest that, okay? You can't bring that into the world. One thing I am hoping for: Astros pull this game off right here. I'm sorry, it doesn't look like a serial killer's coming at me. Astros are up 3-2 right now, bottom of the 8th or top of the 8th.
See, I think it's not the fact that you're looking up; it's the fact that you're leaning so much. It seems like someone's about to whack you. You're just like,
so what's up?
Yeah.
No, I understand. By the way, I haven't mentioned my new man cave. How do you like my new digs? That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't look like a filter at all.
it's these posters. These were handcrafted by artisan welders and everything. Okay, so before you start talking bad about them, I just want you to know they're
Fair
listening
enough.
right now. Okay,
I apologize. My mistake. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I'll make sure to keep them on the payroll, and we're gonna have more CGI rooms up ahead. Well, cool, man. It's been fun. We're going to have you back tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. We're going to be doing our picks for the week. I don't think we spoiled too many. I think some are pretty obvious, but
Minnesota.
For sure. Yeah, Minnesota, right? So for the most part, we'll do that. And yeah, we'll do that. And, yeah, it's been fun, man. We're going to catch you here tomorrow. And we're going to go ahead right now, signing off and going to catch this action-packed Commanders versus Bears game. Any final thoughts? Good? You good to go?
Nope. Just write better schedule, NFL. It's a Thursday night game. Could have been better.
Agreed. 100%. Take care, everybody. I'll see you guys next time on Cool Sports Guys.